Miss Yum Yum, the water paw, in pity speak, oh speak, I pray you.
Why, who are you who asked this question?
And dreamy lullaby. My catalogue is long to every castle ringing, and to your yarn changing. I tune my sorrow's song. I tune my sorrow's song. Are you incensed then? I'm patriotic, ballad, come and ride. For an air, a country banner may be planted. All on the local banners are devoid. Our warriors and celebrate the terror. Never fear or they conceal it if they do. And like children, you should try to take them both before the lightning and the sound of easy food. We shall rise to nation and the devil will not before the lightning. And if you call for a song of the sea, we'll hear on Captain Round. With the yoke he's over the wind is behind, and the ship and a hand will leave out round the homeward town. Yo ho, dear ho, around the homeward town. So they are lost in a howling breeze, they jingle on land and sea. But the hand is found on sailor sweet, when he's down at the sea, and down is Nancy on his knees. Yo ho, and his arm around her waist. And then like that, around we go and let the sailors round. With the yo-he-ho and run-he-ho, around the homeward bound. With the yo-he-ho and run-he-ho, the wandering means shall I not sing of shreds and patches, of ballad songs and snatches, and dreamy lullaby, and contributions. Why, discharging this delicate office, I saw Yum Yum. We loved each other at once. But she was betrothed to her guardian Coco, a cheap tailor, and I saw that my suit was hopeless. Overwhelmed with despair, I quitted the town. Shelter-fighter's light when I heard a month ago that Coco had been condemned to death for flirting. I hurried back at once in hope of finding Yum Yum at liberty to listen to my protestation.
Oh, it is true that Coco was condemned to death for flirting, but he was reprieved at the last moment and raised to the exalted rank of Lord High Executioner under the following remarkable circumstances. Our great Mikado, virtuous man, when he to rule our land began, resolved to try a plan whereby young men might best stay. So he repeated words this free, that all who flirted, leered or winked, unless connubially linked, should forthwith be beheaded, beheaded, beheaded. Should forthwith be beheaded. And I expect that you'll agree that he was right to so decree. And I am right, and you are right, and all is right for me. And you are right, and we are right, and all is right for me. And all is right for me. Right as right can be. Understand caused great dismay throughout the land, for young and old and shy and bold were equally affected. They used to with the roving eye of lead and non-connubial side was thereupon condemned to die. They usually objected, and you'll allow it, I expect that he was right to so object. And I am right, and you are right, and everything is quite correct. And you are right, and we are right, and everything is quite correct. And everything is quite correct. All is quite correct. And so we straight went out on bail, appointed from the county jail, whose head was next on some pretext condemned to be blown up. And made him head before we said, who pledged to be decapitated, could not cut off another's head until he's cut his own off, his own off, his own off, until he's cut his own off. And we are right, I think you say, to argue in this kind of way. And I am right, and you are right, and all is right to relate. You are right, and we are right, and all is right to relate. And you are right, and we are right, and all is right.
Why, that's the highest rank a citizen can attain.
It is. Our logical Mikado, seeing no moral difference between the dignified judge who condemns a criminal to die and the industrious mechanic who carries out the sentence, has rolled the two offices into one, and now every judge is his own executioner.
But how good of you! For I can see that you're a nobleman of the highest rank. To condescend to tell this to me, a mere strolling minstrel.
Don't mention it. I am, in point of fact, a particularly haughty and exclusive person of pre-Adamite ancestral descent. You will understand this when I tell you that I can trace my ancestry back to a protoplasmal, primordial atomic globule. Consequently, my family pride is something inconceivable. I can't help it. I was born new. But I struggle hard to overcome this defect. I mortify my pride continually. When all the great officers of state resigned in a body because they were too proud to serve as their next tailor, did I not unhesitatingly accept all their posts at once?
And the salaries attached to them. You did.
Consequently, it is my degrading duty to serve this upstart as First Lord of the Treasury, Lord Chief Justice, Commander-in-Chief, Lord High Admiral, Master of the Buckhams, Groom of the Backstairs, Archbishop of Tippoo, and Lord Mayor, both acting and elect, all rolled into one. At a salary, a poobah paid for his services. I, a salaried minion, but I do it. It revolts me, but I do it.
And it's not great.
But stop at that. I go and dine with middle-class people on reasonable terms. I dance at cheap suburban parties for a moderate fee. I accept refreshment from any hand, however lowly. I also retail state secrets for a very low figure. For instance, any further information about Yum Yum would come under the head of a state secret. Another insult, and I think a light one. Young man, despair, likewise go to Yum Yum affair. You must not do, it will not do. I'm sorry for you, you very imperfect ablutioner. This very day from Julian will wend away and forward long with being of long and the run of long to when the Lord High Executioner. And the rattle crack and the trumpet play as they come to National Wedding Day. She'll put away as Oliver with the Lord High Executioner. And the rattle crack and the trumpet play and Oliver she'll put away as Oliver with the Lord High Executioner. It's a hopeless case, as you may see, and in your place, away I flee. But don't blame me, I'm sorry to be of your pleasure, they'll round a fact extremely soon. In point of fact, this afternoon, a honeymoon with Lambo at just commences, so you shall come. And the brass will clash, and the trumpet play, and the country dance the wedding day. She'll toddle away as Oliver with the Lord High Executioner. And the brass will clash, and toddle away as Oliver. She'll toddle away as Oliver with the Lord High Executioner.
And have I journeyed for a month or nearly to learn that Yum Yum, whom I love so dearly, is still too cold, so is to be united.
The fact appears to be as you've recited. But here he comes, equipped, as suits his station. He'll give you any further information.
thwarted by a laboring gale. And sometimes is entranced to a height that few can scale. Saved by long and weary cancer, surely never had a fail. Unless unlike circumstances, to adventure on a tale, which could rank with most romances, taken from a county jail. By a devil surely never had a fail. So adventurous a tale. It is in finding plenty of people whose loss will be a distinct gain to society at large. As someday it may happen that a victim must be found, I've got a little list of society offenders who might dwell the underground and who never would be missed, There's a future and to use it right on the class, for people who are planning and an irritating laugh, or children who are up and late and blowing a little flat, or persons who in shaking hands shake hands with you like that, and all the persons who are calling tentative, they none of them be missed, they none of them be missed. None on the list, he's none on the list, and none of them be missed, till none of them be missed. There's the Bengal Terminator and the others of his race, the piano organist, I've got him on the list. Published in your face, they never would be missed, they never would be missed, and the idiots who play with his enthusiastic tone, all centrally tradition every country but you know, and the lady from the provinces who dresses like a guy, and whose role is mixing gossip but who rather likes to try. The singular anomaly, the male feminist, well I don't think he'd be missed, I'm sure he'd not be missed. And the Bengal Terminator who just now is rather right, the piano organist, I've got him on the list. All funny fellows, comic men, and clowns of private life, they never would be missed, they never would be missed. And apologetic statesmen of a compromising kind, such as what do you call them? Thingamabob and likewise, never mind. Tit 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 and what's his name? And also, you know who? The task of filling up the ring. I'd rather leave to you, but it really doesn't matter who you put up on the list. For they none of them be missed, they none of them be missed. You put them on the list, you may put them on the list, and none of them be missed, they'll not of them be missed. My approaching marriage must last a week. I should like to do it handsomely, and I want to consult you as to the amount I will spend upon that.
Certainly. In which of my capacities? As First Lord of the Treasury, Lord Chamberlain, Chancellor of the Exchequer, Attorney General, Privy Purse, or Private Secretary?
Suppose we say as Private Secretary.
Speaking as your Private Secretary, I should say that as the city will have to pay for it, don't stint yourself. Do it well.
Exactly, as the city will have to pay for it. That is your advice.
As Private Secretary, of course you will understand that as Chancellor of the Exchequer, I am bound to see that due economy is observed.
Oh, but you just now said, don't stint yourself, do it well.
As Private Secretary.
And now you say that due economy must be observed.
As Chancellor of the Exchequer.
I see. Come over here where the Chancellor can't hear us. Now then, as my solicitor, how do you advise me to deal with this difficulty?
As your solicitor, I should have no hesitation in saying, Chancellor.
Thank you, I will.
if it were not that as Lord Chief Justice, I am bound to see that the law isn't violated.
Oh, I see. Come over here where the Chief Justice can't hear us. Now then, as First Lord of the Treasury?
Of course, as First Lord of the Treasury, I could propose a special vote that would cover all expenses. If it were not that as leader of the opposition, I would be bound to resist it, and never. Or, as Paymaster General, I could so cook the accounts that as Lord High Auditor, I would never discover the fraud. But then, as Archbishop of Titipu, it would be my duty to denounce my dishonesty and give myself into my own custody as First Bishop of Police.
That's extremely awkward.
I don't say that all these distinguished people couldn't be square, but it is only right to tell you that they wouldn't be sufficiently degraded in their own estimations unless they are insulted with a very considerable pride.
I see. The matter shall have my careful consideration. Oh, but see, my bride and her sisters approach, and any little compliment on your part, such as an abject bravo in characteristic Japanese attitude, would be esteemed a favor. what's the idea? Oh, it's quite usual, I think. Eh, Lord Chamberlain?
I have known it done.
I beg your pardon. Will you present me? One at a time, if you please.
This is the gentleman who used to play so beautifully on the Olympic parade. Oh, yes. I think that was the name of the instrument.
Sir, I have the misfortune to love your ward, young. Oh, I know it's a third rank.
Anger? Anger? Why, not a bit, my boy. Why, I love her myself. Charming little girl, isn't she? Pretty eyes, nice hair, taking little thing altogether. Glad to hear my opinion backed by a competent authority. Thank you very much. Goodbye to you, way.
Go away, little girls, go away. Can't talk to little girls like you. Go away, they're dear.
Allow me to present you, Kuba. These are my 3 wards. The one on this end is my dry elect.
What would you have me do to them? Mind, I will not kiss them.
Come, make an effort. There's a good nobleman.
Well, I shan't wait. How do you do, little girls? How do you do? My protoplasmal ancestor.
That's very good.
Oh, I see nothing to laugh at. It is very painful for me to have to say, how do you do, little girls, how do you do, to young persons. I'm not in the habit of saying, how do you do, little girls, how do you do, to anyone under the rank of a stockbroker.
That I am no other than the son of His Majesty the Mikado.
Son of the Mikado? But why is your highness disguised? What has your highness done?
Some years ago, I had the misfortune to captivate Katasha, an elderly lady at my father's court. She claimed me in marriage. My father ordered me to marry her within a week or perish ignominiously on the scaffold. That night, I fled his court, and in the disguise of a second trombone, I joined the band. I had the happiness of seeing you.
I don't think your highness had better come too close. The laws against flirting are excessively severe.
But we are quite alone, and nobody can see us.
Coco!
Coco, if it were not for him, how happy we might be.
Happy indeed.
We should now be gazing into each other's eyes,
Green skies of unutterable love.
with our arms round each other's waists.
It is, of course, we shouldn't do anything with the cows.
Not for words,
Being engaged to Coco, you know.
being engaged to Coco. Were you not to cause no flight, and I would say in tender song, Lord, let us reunite, and let us each other's own. I would merge our rank and station, worthy fears are not to us, and to mark my admiration, I would kiss you fondly once. I would kiss you fondly once.
But as I'm engaged to Coco, who will bring you back to Coco, who is we know to remember this passion in
So in spite of our temptation, such a dear love, and a broad consideration, will I kiss you only once? Will I kiss you only once? Let me make it clear to you, this is what I never do. This is what I never do. This is what I never do. I never do. This is what I never do.
There she goes. To think how entirely my future happiness is wrapped up in that little parcel. Really, it hardly seems worthwhile. Oh, matrimony! Now then, what is it? Can't you see I'm soliloquizing? You have interrupted an apostrophe, sir.
I am the bearer of a letter from His Majesty, the Mikado.
A letter from the Mikado? What in the world could he possibly have to say to me? The Mikado is struck by the fact that no executions have taken place in Chichibu for a year, and declares that unless someone is beheaded within a month, the post of Lord High Executioner will be abolished, and the city reduced to the rank of a village.
Oh, that would involve us all in irretrievable ruin.
Yes, there is no help for it. I must execute somebody at once. The only question is, who shall it be?
Well, it seems unkind to say so, but as you're already under the sentence of death for flirting, everything seems to point to you.
What are you talking about? I can't execute myself.
Why not?
Why not? Why, because self-decapitation is an extremely difficult, not to mention dangerous thing to attempt. And in the second, it's suicide, and suicide is a capital offense.
That is so, no doubt.
We might reserve that point.
True, it could be argued 6 months hence before the full court.
Besides, I don't see how a man can cut off his own head.
A man might try.
Even if you succeeded in cutting his heart
my native town, and now required to die within a month, and that by a man whom I have loaded with honor. Is this public gratitude? Is this... Go away, sir, how dare you? Am I never to be permitted to soliloquize?
Go on. Don't mind me.
What are you going to do with that rope?
I am about to terminate an unendurable existence.
Terminate your existence? Oh, nonsense. What for?
Because you are about to marry the girl I adore.
Nonsense, sir, I won't allow it. I'm a humane man, and if you attempt anything of the kind, I shall order your instant arrest.
That's absurd.
Come, sir, desist at once, or I summon my guard.
That's absurd. If you attempt to raise an alarm, I instantly perform the happy dispatch with this dagger.
No, don't do that. Oh, this is horrible. Why, you cold-blooded scoundrel, are you aware that in taking your life, you are committing a crime which would be... Oh. Substitute. What's the matter? Is it absolutely certain that you are resolved to die?
Absolutely.
Will nothing whatever shake your resolution?
Nothing.
Threats, entreaties, prayers, all useless?
Oh, my mind is made up.
Then if you really mean what you say, and if you are absolutely resolved to die, and if nothing whatever will shake your determination, don't spoil yourself by committing suicide, but be beheaded handsomely at the hands of the public executioner.
I don't see how that would benefit me.
No? Observe. You'll have a month to live, and you'll live like a fighting cock at my expense. When the day comes, there'll be a grand public ceremonial. You'll be the central figure. No one will attempt to deprive you of that distinction. There'll be a procession. Bands, dead march, bells tolling, all the girls in tears, Yum-Yum distracted.
Do you really think Yum-Yum would be distracted at my death?
Oh, I'm convinced of it. She's the most tender-hearted creature alive.
I should be sorry to cause her any pain. Perhaps, after all, if I were to withdraw from Japan and travel about Europe for a couple of years, I might contrive to forget her.
Oh, no, I don't think you forget Yum-Yum so easily. Why, life without Yum-Yum, why, it seems absurd.
I'll tell you how we'll manage it. Let me marry Yum-Yum tomorrow, and in a month you may behead me.
No, I draw the line at Yum-Yum.
Hey, if you can draw the line, so can I.
Oh, but stop, listen a moment, be reasonable. How can I consent to your marrying Yum-Yum if I'm going to marry her myself?
My good fellow, she'll be a widow in a month, and you can marry her then.
Well, that's quite true, I quite see that, but dear me, my position during the next month will be most unreasonable. Most unreasonable.
Not half so unreasonable as my position at the end of it.
Well, but dear me, well, I agree. But you won't do anything to prejudice her against me, will you? I've educated her to be my wife. She's been taught to regard me as a wise and good man. Now, I shouldn't let her views on that point disturb.
Trust me, she'll never learn the truth from me.
Congratulate me, gentlemen, I've found a volunteer. The Japanese is grateful and forget. 'Tis 94. I think he'll do. Yes, he'll do. He yields his life if I Yum-Yum surrender. Now I adore that girl with passion tender, and would not yield her with a ready will, or her a lot. If I did not adore myself with passion tender still, with passion tender still. Oh, let me love himself with passion tender still.
These divisions of time are purely arbitrary. After all, who says 24 hours make up a day?
There's a popular impression to that effect.
Then really face it. We'll call each second a minute, each minute an hour, each hour a year. At that rate, we've about 30 years of married happiness before us.
And at that rate, this dialogue has already lasted 4 hours and 3/4. Yes, it's amazing how time flies when one is thoroughly enjoying oneself.
That's the way to look at it. Don't let's be downhearted. There's a silver lining to every cloud.
Certainly. Let's be certainly happy. It's absurd to cry. Quite ridiculous.
Let's rehearse the wedding march.
Here's a
become of me? Why, I shall have to be executed in your place.
It would certainly seem so.
Now then, Defense Minister, what is it?
The Mikado and his suite are approaching the city, and will be here in 10 minutes.
The Mikado, he's come to see if I've carried out his orders. Now look here, you know, this is getting serious. You really mustn't frustrate the ends of justice by committing suicide. As a man of honor and a gentleman, you are bound to die ignominiously by the hand of the public executioner.
Very well then. Behead him.
What, now?
Certainly, at once.
Chop it off! Chop it off! My good sir, I don't go about prepared to execute gentlemen at a moment's notice. Why, I never even killed a flea.
Still, as Lord High Executioner.
My good sir, as Lord High Executioner, I've got to behead him in a month. I'm not ready yet. I don't know how it's done. I'm going to take lessons.
My poor fellow, we all have unpleasant duties to discharge at times. After all, what is it? If I don't mind, why should you? Remember, sooner or later it must be done.
Must it? I'm not so sure about that.
What do you mean?
Why should I kill you when making an affidavit if you've been executed will do just as well? Here I'll count plenty of witnesses. The Lord Chief Justice, Lord High Admiral, Commander-in-Chief, Secretary of State of the Whole Department, First Lord of the Treasury, and Lord Chancellor. They'll all swear to it.
Where are they?
There they are, and they'll all swear to it, won't they?
Am I to understand that all of us high officers of state are required to perjure ourselves to ensure your safety?
Why not? You'd be grossly insulted as usual.
With the insult of a cash down or a bank check?
But I tell you that life without Yum Yum.
Oh, yum, bother Yum Yum. Here she is. Go now with His Grace the Archbishop of Titipu, and he'll marry you at once.
But if I'm to be
Now,
married, not...
don't ask questions, but do as I say, and Natipu will explain all.
But one moment, that for worlds.
Here comes the Mikado now, no doubt to ascertain if his orders have been obeyed. And if he finds you alive, I shall have the greatest difficulty in persuading him that I beheaded you. So sing that, for here he comes.
The
nobody second, I've certainly reckoned a true philanthropist. It is my very humane endeavor to make, to some extent, each evil liver a running river of harmless merriment. My object all sublime, I shall achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner pent, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment. All crows in all society, sinners who chatter and bleat and bore, shall be sent to hear sermons from mystical Germans who preach from 10 till 4. The amateur tenor whose vocal villainies all desire to shirk, shall during off hours exhibit his powers to Madame Tussauds waxwork. The lady who dyes a chemical yellow, or stains her grey hair puce, or pinches her figure, is painted with vigor, with permanent walnut juice. The idiot who in railway carriages scribbles on window panes will only suffer to ride on a buffer in parliamentary trains. My object all sublime, I shall achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner bent, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
His object all sublime, he will achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner bent, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
The advertising quack who worries with tales of bloodless cures, his teeth under neck and jaw be extracted by terrified amateurs. The music hall singer attends a series of lessons in fugues and ups, by Bach interwovens for Beethoven and classical Monday pops. The billiard shark whom anyone catches, his doom's extremely hard. He's made to dwell in a dungeon cell, on a spot that's always marked, and there he plays extravagant matches in fingerless finger stalls, on a cloth untrue, with a twisted cue, and elliptical billiard balls. My object all sublime, I shall achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner pent, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
His object all sublime, he will achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner bent, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
Welcome. I guess the object of your visit, your wishes have been attended to. The execution has taken place.
Oh, you've had an execution, have you?
Yes, the coroner has just handed me his certificate.
I am the coroner.
And this is the certificate of his death. At Titiboo, in the presence of the Lord Chancellor, Lord Mayor, the Lord Attorney General, yes, and the groom of the second floor front.
They were all present, Your Majesty. I counted them myself.
Very good crowd. I wish I'd been present for the performance.
A tough fellow he was, too. A man of gigantic strength. His struggles were terrific. It really was a remarkable scene.
Oh? Describe it.
The criminal cried as he dropped him down in a state of wild alarm. With frightful, frantic, fearful frown, I bared my bleeding right arm. I teased him by his little pigtail, and on his knees were he. As he squirmed and struggled and gurgled and guggled, I drew my silver stick. My
I forget the cry on the street, indeed. Have I gnashed my teeth when from its sheath I drew my steadfast speed? Unjust world, and virtue triumphs only in theatrical performances. say, of more prosperity than A? Is B more worthy?
I should say he's worth a great deal more than A.
Your A is happy, oh so happy, laughing, ha-ha, chatting, ha-ha, nectar, watching, ha-ha-ha, ever joyous, ever gay, happy, undeserving A, ever joyous, ever gay, happy, undeserving A. If our fortune rich or not, we should enjoy this happy lot, and they should die in misery. That is assuming I am me. But should they perish naturally, of course assuming I am me. We should be happy, oh so happy, laughing, ha-ha, chatting, ha-ha, next to talking, ha-ha-ha, and then to die is he. Wretched meritorious being, but of them to die is he. Wretched meritorious being. Well, a nice mask you've got, assistant. What about your big right arm?
Yes, it was me.
Well, never mind that now. There's only one thing to be done. Nanky Poo hasn't started yet. He must be brought to life again at once. Here he is. Here, Nanky Poo, I've good news for you. You've been retrieved.
Oh, but it's too late. I'm a dead man. And I'm off for my honeymoon.
A terrible thing has just happened. It seems you're the son of the Mikado. Your father is here, and with Katisha.
My father? And with Katisha?
Yes, he wants you particularly.
So does she.
Oh, but he's married now.
But, bless my soul, I don't see what that has to do with it.
Well, Katisha claims me in marriage, but I can't marry her because I'm married already. Consequently, she will insist on my execution. And if I'm executed, my bride will have to be buried alive.
We are difficulties.
Yes, I don't know what's to be done.
There's one chance for you. If you could persuade Katisha to marry you, she should have no further claim on me, and in that case I could come to life without any fear of being put to death.
I marry Katisha?
I really think it's the only course.
My good girl, have you seen her?
Appalling. It comes to this. While Katisha is single, I prefer to be a disembodied spirit. When Katisha is married, existence will be as welcome as the flowers in the spring. The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, we promise a merry sunshine. As we merrily dance and we sing, tra-la, we welcome the promise they bring, tra-la, of a summer of roses and wine, of a summer of roses and wine. And that's what we mean when we say that a thing is welcome the flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, the flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la-la-la-la.
Spring, tra-la, has nothing to do with its case. I've got to take under my wing, tra-la, a most unattractive old thing, tra-la, with a caricature of a face, with a caricature of a face. And that's what I mean when I say or I sing. Oh, bother the flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, oh, bother the flowers in spring, tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la.
A That is light and affection
that made him exclaim, "Oh, willow, tit willow, tit willow." And if you remain careless and obdurate, I shall vanish as he did, and you will know why, though I probably shall not exclaim as I know. I knew the bird intimately.
Did you? He must have been very fond of her.
His devotion was extraordinary.
Poor little chap! And if I refuse you, will you go and do the same?
At once.
Oh, no, you mustn't. Anything but that. Oh, I'm a silly little goose.
You are.
And you won't hate me just because I'm a teensy-weensy, wee bit bloodthirsty, will you?
Hate you? Oh, Cadishaw, is there not beauty even in bloodthirstiness?
My idea. Exactly. Oh. And you didn't handle what the clouds, and it's grinding in the ground of the gauge, and it's headed with the horse and the lion and the roaring and the tiger and the flashing of his tail.
Yes, I like to see a tiger from the Congo or the Niger, and especially when flashing of his tail.
Volcanoes of this planet that's grim, and earthquakes will terrify you, don't. But people scientific and nothing that's terrific in the falling of flight and when it falls.
Yes, in spite of all my meanness, if I have a little weakness, it's a passion for the flight of thunderbolts. If that is something, carry down, carry it, carry this very hard taste, no one. Away we'll go and carry go, carry till day is done. Information I'm requesting on the subject interesting is a maiden all the better when she's tough. Are you old enough to marry, do you think? Won't you wait until you're 80 in the shade? There's a transformation frantic in a ruin that's romantic. Do you think you are sufficiently decayed? If that is so, take Daddy down, Daddy intelligent, Daddy out, take so one. Away we'll go and Daddy go, Daddy tell take. If that is so, take Daddy down, Daddy intelligent, Daddy out, take so one. Away we'll go and Daddy go, Daddy tell take. Daddy down, Daddy will Daddy go, Daddy tell take. Is everything in readiness?
Your Majesty, all is prepared.
Then bring forth the unfortunate gentleman and his two well-meaning but misguided accomplices.
Mercy! Mercy for Coco! Mercy for Missing! Mercy even for Puma!
I beg your pardon, I don't think I quite caught that remark.
Even for Puma!
Oh? You've not been long about it.
We were married before the registrar.
I am the registrar.
Yes, but my difficulty is that as you have slain the heir apparent, I must do...
The heir apparent is not slain.
That's my heart! My son!
Is your daughter-in-law elected?
Traitor! You have deceived me!
Yes, I know that you're due a small explanation, but I think he'll give it better whole than in parts.
Your Majesty, it's like this. It is true that I stated that I had killed Neki-Poo.
Yes, with most affecting particulars.
Merely corroborative details to give artistic verisimilitude to an otherwise bald and unconvincing.
Will you refrain from putting in your all? It's like this. Your Majesty said, let a thing be done, and it's as good as done. Practically, it is done, because Your Majesty's will is law. Your Majesty says, kill a gentleman, and a gentleman is told out to be killed. Consequently, that gentleman is as good as dead. Practically, he is dead, and if he is dead, why not say so?
Yes, nothing could be more satisfactory.
That crazy dumb. Your motions so many are none but your penny to work for your guidance in love. A very good bargain indeed.